লেভেলটা করি না, ঠিক করি না, কামটা করি না, ওলন টলন কর, এলে কি বারে বারে বলি। দশটা বাজে আমার পছন্দের আপনি হোক।
Racing my own thoughts into the silence, seeking the guidance I forgot. It's somewhere lost, lost to the cages, cages of chaos I forgot. Somewhere it must be written, I just lost my access to the night. Somewhere love had bidden, I chased the can't let it go. Baby, it's a losing game, and I know that I took away. I crossed the ocean and lost myself below. I owe this to myself to stay in the deep end, finally face to face with truth. How about you? Can you handle the riptide? Won't help from the shoreline. What's the use? Somewhere it must be written, I just lost my access to the night. Somewhere love had bidden, I chased I crossed the ocean and lost myself. Racing my own thoughts into the silence, seeking guidance. I forgot somewhere lost, lost to the cages, cages of chaos. I forgot somewhere it must be written. I just lost my access to the night. Somewhere love had been. I chased the apple and realized can't let it go. Baby, it's a losing game, and I know that I'm to blame. I crossed the ocean and lost myself below. I owe this to myself. Deepened, finally faced my face with truth. How about you? Can you handle the riptide? Will help from the shoreline. What's the use? Somewhere it must be written. I just lost my access to the night. Somewhere love had been. I chased the apple. Can't let it go. I crossed the ocean and lost myself. Baby, it's a losing game, and I know that I'm to blame. I crossed the ocean and lost myself. Racing my own thoughts into the silence, seeking the guidance. I forgot it's somewhere lost, lost to the cages, cages of chaos. I forgot somewhere it must be written. I just lost my access to the night. Somewhere love had been. I chased the apple and realized can't let it go. Baby, it's a losing
আমগুলোর বাইরে নয় সময় পুরো ছেলে কাম করলে কাম দিয়ে আরো খাইবে চলা চলা আচ্ছা হওয়া নেই হওয়া না না
Racing my own thoughts into the silence, seeking the guidance I forgot. It's somewhere lost, lost to the cages, cages of chaos. I forgot. Somewhere lost, buried. I just lost my access to the light. Somewhere lost, I chased the I owe this to myself to stay in the deep end, finally face to face with truth. How about you? Can you handle the riptide with help from the shoreline? What's the use? Somewhere it must be written. I just lost my access to the map. Somewhere love had been. I chased it upward. Can't let it go. I crossed the ocean and lost myself. I crossed the ocean and lost myself below.
দে মগা মানু দে
I crossed the ocean and lost myself. I crossed the ocean and lost myself. Racing my own thoughts into the silence, seeking the guidance I forgot. It's somewhere lost, lost in the cages, cages of chaos. I forgot. Somewhere lost, buried. I just lost my access to the light. Somewhere love had hidden. I chased the upward.
এই